Good afternoon. I suspect that it's probably late evening or even morning, wherever, if you're in some parts of the world. Uh, this is Eli from Eli-Ben-Eli, the name of my channel. Uh, Jumbo Mambo Familia Ango. Niombi Karibu Niombi Kwanga. I am very, very happy. We are in the final 10 days of Ramadan. And coincidentally, we are in the last, tomorrow evening, Pesach ends. This has been an incredibly holy time of the year. And there's a sense of inner cleansing that happens when you fast. You just feel very at peace. You feel very good, and my point of view is I celebrate Hashem. I celebrate Allah. And I think that Hashem and Allah are one and the same. And this time of the year, it just makes me feel very, very nicely. Some of these are ideas that not everybody's ready for. And you have to respect that. You have to respect people for what they believe. But I think that the God of Israel and the God of Islam are one God, and it's all very, very beautiful. And I don't believe in trying to make people accept my ideas, but I'm at peace with what I believe. This is a wonderful time of the year. Anyway, I just look at let me before I say anything else. Currently, I am at 280. I honestly think that at this point, I should start thinking in terms of having 300 subscribers. I have about 3 videos that are at about 1,000 or more views, and there are a couple of more that are on their way to having that many views. And people sometimes take their blessings for granted. There are people that have several several thousand followers, and it's like instead of saying I'm grateful to have these many followers, yes, there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but I'm grateful to have these many. They're like, oh, I'm on the road to 10,000. Me, you know, uh, in Judaism, there's a saying that goes like this: who is rich? The man who's happy with what he has. Then I'm rich in followers. I'm happy with what I have. However, having said that, it doesn't mean that I don't want more. It means that I recognize it for the blessing that it is. Because it wasn't that long ago that I only had 14. And I started, I decided, let me just for the fun of it, start paying more attention to YouTube, because I would just look at videos. I never made any videos of my own. And, it turns out that people out there, and I've known this throughout my life, people are nicer than we give them credit for. There's some of you who have called me grandpa, and I gotta tell you something, you should stop the ageism. Pray to Allah that you live to be my age. Pray to Allah that you live to be older, and respect older people. Respect older people, even if they're living life and commenting and talking about, things that are going on in the world. Just because you get a little older doesn't mean that you're dead. It doesn't mean that you don't have an interest in what goes on in life, and that, no, it's like life goes on. And it's like the difference in between a good life and a bad life is when you get to the point to where you believe that you no longer have a right to be interested in what's going on in the world. I'm very connected to everything that goes on around me. I'm very connected to politics, to music. I love the world. I am so excited. I just bought a recorder on Amazon. A recorder is a kind of flute, and it's either going to be a lot of fun or it's going to be a disaster. No matter how it works out, I'm going to really enjoy it. I want to get my guitar out. I want to play my guitar and do a little singing, you know. And I'm not doing it to make content. I'm doing it because I like it. So life is good, and it's when you fasting for 30 days is a challenge, okay, but it's a challenge that comes with a lot of blessings, and taking faith seriously is very, very, very important. So I'm just really happy. I saw some videos that I had to comment on, and that is that I look at what's going on in between Marwa and his friends, and how his friends are attacking each other and how they're attacking him. And there's something so tragic about that. I mean, there's something, it's like people go through phases in life, and there are points in life at which you are at a high peak, and then you begin to descend and descend and descend. It's like just a couple of let's say less than a month ago, Marwa was the king of Nyabohanse. He was running around giving people orders about who to befriend, who to not talk to, and now he goes from all of that to being a common, ordinary parasite, a guest that nobody wants, and that people are pitying and everything. Marwa made a remarkable video. When I used to live in Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C. has some of the best thrift stores in the country. And I was a poor, struggling student, and I would go to those thrift stores, and I would buy my clothes. I would buy a lot of different things. Now, I was never homeless. I was a poor student, but I was never homeless. Marwa, Marwa was homeless in Colombia, and he wants to go into a thrift store and pretend that he doesn't know what a thrift store is. He's too big. He's a big shot. He goes into an expensive store and he can't afford to buy anything, or it's too cheap to buy anything. But he goes into a thrift store and he's acting like if he just discovered it. Really? And he lived homeless in Colombia. If the people that I have known who have lived homeless will eat out of trash, will pick up trash in the street, and will get whatever they need to survive. But he's pretending, he's such a big shot. He's such a rich man and such an elite that he's completely confused by a thrift store. And my attitude is cut the crap out. It's like get a life. And it's like maybe if Mara had the humility to admit that, yeah, he does buy things in thrift stores like everybody else. And let me throw something in there very quickly. The people who go to thrift stores, I have known judges who go to thrift stores. I have known well-to-do people who go to thrift stores. They're not ashamed of it. Money doesn't grow on trees, okay? But if some people had the humility to find a hostel where they can pay, and yeah, you sleep in a room with other people, but you'll have a place to sleep that's clean and safe. If they could stay in a hostel, if they could admit that we do shop at thrift stores, if they could admit that they eat at diners and places that are inexpensive, maybe the embarrassment that this man is going through wouldn't have to be happening. Trying to live off of other people, mooching off of other people. constantly begging and begging and come on, man. I mean, it's like there's a humble path in life and there's a path of conceit. The path of conceit comes with a lot of humiliation. I'll admit to anybody in New York City, I haven't gone to thrift stores in a long time, but there was a time when I would willingly go to thrift stores and enjoy myself and everything. And the only reason that I haven't been doing it lately is the circumstances don't allow it. Circumstances don't allow it. But, it's like, cut out this act of you're such a great man that you have never had contact with thrift stores really, and you were living homeless in a country like Colombia. To me, it just appears to be a lot of nonsense. And I'm looking at everything that's going on in the life of these people, and it's like I wish that somebody could tell some of these kids, you are taking the wrong path. But I'm thinking of Davy, owning a car, having your hair done. Some of these things I did when I was in the United States of America. Is if you're in a middle class family, it's not that big a deal for you at 18 or 19 to own your own car, to have your own apartment, to live in your own house. But you want to know something? I never looked down my nose at other people because of that. I just, I worked very hard, even as a teenager. And there was a point at which I did have my own house and, my own car. And I figured, that's wonderful, but I need to get on with my education. And that was really what I took a lot of pride in. But I don't, I'm looking at all of this stuff with Marwa, and I think he's like a deer caught in the headlights. He doesn't understand that he's in a situation in which he can end up in a jail eating very cheap sandwiches. Forget ugali. Forget all of that. Oh, and by the way, let me say something about ugali. I want to thank Marwa. Okay, I've loved ugali for years. Okay, but I don't know how to make it. And the guy that he's staying with, Mr. Mantua, spoke about how he buys polenta, and that's his ugali. I had to just go ahead and try it. I like yellow ugali. So I went ahead and I got on Amazon and ordered a box of polenta, ready-made polenta. And it's yellow. I do not like white ugali. I'm a West African, even though I'm from the West Indies. All of my tastes originate in West Africa from my ancestors. I tried the polenta, and it is ugali, and it is wonderful. I've been eating it with collard greens, and I'm gonna buy some seasoned kale and everything. It is really, really good. I feel like if a part of my life that I left behind, but that I have always missed, is back in effect, and that's really, really cool. But anyway, folks, as I said, I'm at 280. I'm hoping that with the grace of Allah, inshallah, by the weekend, I'm gonna be at 300. If you haven't liked this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please comment. I don't really. It does whatever you want to say. Say it. I want to hear it. I'm interested in knowing what you think. And share the video. Okay, share the video. And like I said, there is no such thing as a bad comment. There's no such thing as a good comment. If a person is so emotionally fragile that somebody that they never met says something nasty and they're gonna be offended and hurt about it, they need to reconsider doing this kind of thing. I could care less what you say. If you wanna call me grandpa, call me grandpa. I like being considered. I want to think that I have a lot of grandchildren out there. So if you want to say, oh, a man of your age, and blah, 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 you want to know something? Every morning that I wake up, I am happy to be above ground. I'm happy that I'm breathing. I'm happy that my mind is working. I'm happy that I can get on and make a video. I'm happy about all of it. There is nothing that you can say that will bother me. Okay, you can say a great deal that will prove to me that you are a child or that you are immature, but you're not going to offend me with, with your nonsense. But I love the sense of love that I feel from my subscribers and the discussions and the comments. Please, if you haven't liked and subscribe. Become one of my grandchildren. Help help your old grandpa grow his channel by subscribing, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And in the meantime, if you've looked at this video for this long, thank you. May God bless you. And by the way, any comment that you might have that will teach me how to make my videos better. There's a great deal that I don't know. I really don't know how to do much editing. Any advice that you might have, I have a humble spirit. Please feel free to give it to me. Trust me, I will listen to it. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. And once again, thanks for the love. I love you guys back. Bye bye.